So I'll do a video here on making compost tea. Compost tea, not worm tea. Different thing, compost tea. Now, I have a container here. I'll show you what I have in the container. And this is compost tea. Now, I have kudzu rotting in it. This kudzu, basically, I've noticed worms love it, right? And I've just had this in here, just decomposing, and it's got this great, really nice smelling. I love it. Kind of peanutty, earthy smell to it. Look, here's some big old kudzu, right, roots that I dug up. Now, I noticed that basically I've got these brown beetles eating up my some of my plants. Now, what I've noticed though is wherever this is growing, and now I don't know if this is a correlation or not. So, and I don't know what this is yet until the flower comes out, and then I'll post it on What Plant Is This? It's a Facebook group of mine. It's a group called What Plant Is This? And hopefully someone will tell us. I believe it's a flower bees will like, so I haven't really been cutting it down or weeding it out so much. And it has a interesting smell to it. It has its own smell. Kind of like a tomato does, but it doesn't smell like a tomato, right? So obviously it has something in it that these beetles don't like. There isn't one, basically there's nothing eating it. So what I did was, I filled a bag full of it, right? And I'm going to make my own, in a way, anti-bug juice is the goal, using this plant, which I don't know what it is. You don't need to know what it is. You know, permaculture is about observation, so just observe nature. Hey, it has no bugs. I wonder if it will work as a not a herbicide, but kind of a form of deterrent for the birds. So I fill it up. I'm going to put it in my water. I close the bag up here. I'm going to put it in this water tank and then stick a big old flat stone on it. The stone, what the stone's going to do is basically compress it and speed up the decomposition. I got my string in here. Right. So here's the bag. Close it all up. Also stops material from getting out in there. And the cool thing is once this decomposes, I'm going to use this as what? Worm food. So I use it in here for a while. I then take it out. I'll probably keep it in here for, about a month, right? It decomposes really nicely. I throw it in, what? My worm feeders. My worms go tear it up, rawr, and they make lots of babies, and they go into, into the hugel bed and make more, and convert my hugel bed. Basically, each hugel bed is going to be a worm farm unto itself, is the goal. After 4 or 5 years of them making babies. And the cool thing is with hugel beds, the way I have it set up, I don't think moles and stuff can get into it. It'd be really hard for them since of all the wood and stuff like that initially. Eventually probably will, but right now, it's a chance for the worms to go crazy. So make your own, tea, compost tea. This is compost tea. I don't know if they call it compost tea, but I came up with it because I'm dyslexic, compost tea. And let me put it in here. Put it in here, and here's my big old stone. You want a big old flat stone like this one, and then you basically set it on it. The cool thing is, too, the way I heat my stone, it's actually a heater for my pond. So the sun heats the stone and ultimately heats the water. If you know anything about yogurt making or anything about bacteria, bacteria love temperature between, 35 and 45. So I can also step on it. I am stepping on it, getting some weight on it, right? And it's good to go. I then actually cover it up. I'll show you. I got this old mattress cover. This came from my futon when I bought our new futon. I was like, maybe I can use this for something. And it has a nice little Ziploc. And what does this do? It keeps the mosquito larvae out of it a little bit. And also, it creates a greenhouse effect, as I'll show you, because there's plastic on the top here. All right, come on. It's a little sensitive, so it's easy rips. I got to be gentle with it. It rained a lot, so that's why I had it off. Try to catch some of the rain. And there's actually some rain in here. Let's put that in there. Some rainwater. And show you this here. So here I made my own little incubator here, and I'll let this sit here, and it's going to slowly release the chemicals that are in this plant, and ultimately when I water other plants with it, it's going to put that chemical on the plant and hopefully deter those little brown beetles. So if you got a solution for the brown beetles, love to know. So just one of those things in permaculture: observe, 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 try, 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 learn, 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 observe, 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 try, 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 learn, learn, learn. It's called the dialectic. You have an idea, that's a thesis. You test it, and basically you'll learn from it, and you can think of that as the antithesis, what you learn. You apply what you learn, and you come up with a new thesis, which you apply, and you get a new antithesis. It becomes a thesis, antithesis. So permaculture is very much observation, applying, adapting, learning, applying, you know. Obviously, if you've been gardening a long time, you've got a host of knowledge and everything else that most people don't have, but don't worry about that so much. What's important is for you to get out there and do it. And if you're complaining about basically organic vegetables being so expensive, then get out there and start planting your own. Come visit me here on Multi-Night Farm in Japan, and I'll be glad to show you what I'm doing. And I'd love to learn what you're doing and learn from you in order to improve what I'm doing. Thanks.